What up, YouTube? Team Movies here with Ford v Ferrari, and there's technically now, but it's really open in actual theaters tomorrow. It stars Christian Bale, who's a full-time Oscar winner. He's been in loads of great stuff. I decided to go ahead and do my top 10 favorite Christian Bale movies because he actually acted. He of course started acting as a child actor in the like 80s and 90s and all. Like I believe his big break was that Spielberg movie Empire of the Sun, if I'm not mistaken. And since then, he ended up winning an Oscar. He ventured playing one of the most iconic superheroes of all time. Like Christian Bale's a pretty big actor. So with that being said, here's my 10 favorite Christian Bale movies. All right, coming in at number 10, it is the Scott Cooper film Out of the Furnace. Now, I was going to choose between either this or that one film they did, Hostiles, but I'm actually going to be choosing Out of the Furnace because I think it's actually a better film, in my opinion. Like, in it, you got Christian Bale, who plays this steel worker named Russell Bays, who ends up working at a dead-end job and holds tight to, like, his intense, sense of family duty and loyalty. And you got Casey Affleck who plays and actually plays his brother Ronnie Bays, who returns home after serving in Iraq. And but he ends up having like debts, piling up, and becomes entangled with this vicious crime lord played by Woody Harrelson. And it's a really good film. It's a gritty crime flick. You also got other people in this included Sam Shepard. You had Forrest Whitaker, Zoe Saldana. Some great cast. I mean, this is probably like Scott Cooper has done lots of films. Like he directed that Jeff Bridges film Crazy Heart, where Bridges won his Oscar for. He did that Johnny Depp film Black Mass, the aforementioned Hostels. This is probably my favorite movie that Scott Cooper's directed. It's really great. Bale gave a really tremendous performance. Very underrated too. Like the movie got released in 2013, and not really many people have actually talked about this film that much. But it's a really great film. If you guys haven't seen Out of the Furnace yet, go check it out. It's really good. All right, coming in at number 9, it is The Big Short. Now this movie scored Christian Bale an Oscar nomination. It scored an Oscar nomination for Best Picture. It won Best Adapted Screenplay. And it's about the 2007-2008 financial housing crisis. And you got Christian Bale as the fund manager, Michael Berry, who ends up offering a wild theory based on a high risk. He becomes like a subprime. He becomes like a subprime loan, and you also got Ryan Gosling as this bank salesman. You got Steve Carell as the fund manager. You got Brad Pitt as this retired securities trader named Ben Rickard. It has a great cast. I mean, it won loads of Oscars. It won loads of awards. Like, actually, I believe this. I'm trying to remember, but I think it won the Golden Globe Award for Best Comedy and Music. I could be mistaken there, but it also has, like I said, it has a great cast. It's like a very odd film that Adam McKay directed. I mean, when you think of Adam McKay, you think of stuff like you think of Anchorman, Step Brothers, and all. Like Adam McKay's done some really interesting stuff, and this movie is pretty good. Great, you also had Margot Robbie in this. Great cast. I mean, if you guys haven't seen The Big Short, give it a go. Really good film. Alright, coming in at number 8, it is The Machinist. Now, there's a reason why Bale is a tremendous actor. I mean, the guy really, his body, like, he mainly either puts on body weight or loses body weight. Like, the tremendous transformation this guy shows is insane. In The Machinist, get this, he ended up losing 63 pounds. I mean, he was completely skinny in this movie. And in it, you got Bale, who plays this factory worker named Trevor Resnick, who suffers from insomnia so severe that his condition has taken it on board in his weight and his mental health. You also got Mike Irison's in this, Jennifer Jason Leigh. It's a really good film. I mean, it's a great like Christian Bale. I mean, I believe I'm trying to remember if he got any award buzz for this, but it's definitely like if I was to do best performances of his, this would probably be a little higher. But for my favorite movies of his, this is a little lower, really. But it's really good. It shows how much, like, how Christian Bale goes to, play, like, he really embodies any role of his, whether he loses weight or puts on weight. I mean, that guy is nuts. But hey, he's still the man. Alright. Coming in at number 7, it is American Hustle, directed by David O. Russell, who, of course, Russell and Bale have worked together a couple times. And here you got Christian Bale, who plays this like loan sharker named Irving Roosevelt, and he ends up falling for this fellow grifter named Sidney Prosser, played by Amy Adams, and things end up changing like in very big ways when he ends up being caught red-handed by this FBI agent named Richie DeMazzo, played by Bradley Cooper. And so it's a really like interesting crime drama based movie. It's based on a true story. You also have Jeremy Renner as like the mayor in this. Robert De Niro was in this film. It's a really intriguing flick. It won loads of awards. I believe it actually won a Golden Globe for Best Comedy, if I'm not mistaken, which I never understood because it's not all much of a comedy. It has comedic stuff in it, but it's not that much of a comedy. It's still a really great film. I mean, great performances by Bale. I mean, great performances by Cooper. I mean, some really great cast. If you guys ever seen American Hustle by now, give it a go. It's a really great one. All right. And Christian Bale is a con artist. Dang. All right, coming in at number 6, it is The Prestige. Now, it stars Christian Bale and Hugh Jackman as these rival magicians who ends up attempting to top each other to see who's the best at what they do, and the tragic ends up the results ends up tragic, and there's like, and it's scripted by Jonathan Nolan, directed by Christopher Nolan, who of course Bale and Nolan have worked together before. I'll get you that later on. And it has a very crazy twist at the end. Not gonna spoil it because I don't know how many people still haven't seen The Prestige, but it is a really insane magician film. I mean, you got Batman and Wolverine and Black Widow are in this film. What more can you ask for there? You also had Andy Serkis, Rebecca Hall was in this, David Bowie was even in this movie. I mean, it's a really great caper flick, great thriller. Probably one of Nolan's underrated films too. But yeah, if you guys ever seen The Prestige, it's a really great one. All right. Coming in at number 5, it is Vice. Now, this movie, Christian Bale really gained lots of weight for. And he actually scored an Oscar nomination for the shoot. He didn't really win, but he actually did win a couple awards. Like, he won a Golden Globe for this performance. He won, I believe he won a SAG award, if I'm not mistaken. So he won a couple of awards. And he, of course, played the role of famed Vice President Dick Cheney. And I thought Christian Bale as Cheney was terrific casting. Like, he really embodied the role of Dick Cheney. And he also, it was also directed by Alan McKay. You also had Amy Adams, who played his wife, Steve Carell. You had Sam Rockwell as George W. Bush. You also had Tyler Perry was in this. Some really great performers. I mean, if you guys haven't seen Vice yet, it's great. It's really funny. Great performances. Really terrific movie to watch. Definitely go check out Vice. All right. Coming in at number 4, it is the Western film, or I should say Western remake of 310 to Yuma. Now, 310 to Yuma is also directed by James Mangold, so really Ford v Ferrari is technically like a reunion of between the two. And here, you got you got Bale as this one-legged rancher named Dan Evans, who ends up who is broke because of a drought, and he agrees to take a job of exploring this dangerous outlaw named Ben Wade, played by Russ Crowe, to the 310 train to Yuma. And like, there's some really good chemistry between Bale and Crowe. You also had Logan Lerman was also in this. You also had people like Pierre Fonda, Ben Foster, who, by the way, Ben Foster is great in this. Like, that guy was in a movie with two heavyweights like Bale and Crowe, and he actually outacted them both. You also had Kevin Durant was in this, Dallas Roberts, Alan Tudyk, Gretchen Mol, some really great cast, and it's actually one of the other few remakes that's actually better than the original. But yeah, if you guys never seen 310 to Yuma, it's a really great western. Yeah, really good film there. Alright. Coming in at number 3, it is American Psycho. Probably one of his most insane roles as playing the role of killer Patrick Bateman. I mean, it's based on a book by Bret Easton Ellis. You also got Reese Witherspoon as his wife. You also got William Dafoe as the detective here. I mean, this movie is, it's actually, believe it or not, this movie turns 20 next year. Like, when 2020 hits, this movie is going to be 20 years old next year. So, yeah, you're going to feel old there. But American Psycho is one nutty of a film. Bale like gave such a really creepy and really insane performance here. He really embodied the role of Patrick Bateman. And yeah, I mean, also Bale must love movies with the word American title. I mean, American Psycho, American Hustle. Dang. And thing is, he's not even from America, by the way. I believe he's from the UK, if I'm not mistaken. I always thought he was like from Australia, but he's actually from the UK. But yeah, American Psycho is one crazy of a film. If you guys haven't seen American Psycho by now, definitely go check it out. I mean, especially to honor of its 20th anniversary next year, it's really insane. Alright, coming in at number 2, it is The Fighter. Now, The Fighter is terrific. You know, you got Mark Wahlberg as this professional boxer, Mickey Ward. You got Christian Bale as his half brother, Dickie Auckland, who is also, like, I guess say his trainer as well. And I mean, Christian Bale lost loads of weight for this. I mean, in this movie, he had to actually play a crack addict. So yeah, you gotta lose a lot of weight to play a crack addict, you know. And Christian Bale, by the way, you know, he actually ended up winning his Oscar for his performance. He won for Best Supporting Actor, but you know what's actually still insane? He was actually more of the lead in this than Mark Wahlberg was. But I'm kind of with John Campea. I think the reason why they added him in the supporting category is because they knew that Christian Bale wouldn't be able to beat Colin Firth for the King's Speech. So that's why they kind of left him in for like the supporting category. But still, a well-deserving win. I mean, it is literally Christian Bale's best performance. I mean, if I was actually going to do my 10 favorite Christian Bale performances, The Fire will actually be number 1. He was magnificent in this movie. And actually mentioned Melissa Leo won her Oscar. Amy Adams was in this. Jack McKee was great. Some really great cast. I mean, you got David O. Russell as the director. If you guys never seen The Fighter, it is terrific. I mean, it's saying that he had to lose 30 pounds for this, but like I said, you gotta lose 30 pounds to play a crack addict, you know? Alright. Alright, now my favorite Christian Bale movies of all time, come on, it's The Dark Knight trilogy. I mean, his best, most iconic role is and will always be playing Batman. I mean, actually, if I was to, actually, The Fighter is really my favorite non-Batman Bale film, but I'm talking about all of Christian Bale movies, and the Dark Knight trilogy is definitely going to be in this list. Him in the Dark Knight trilogy is terrific. Like, he really embodied the voice and and the physicality of Bruce Wayne and Batman. Like, of course, Ben Affleck was great. Michael Keaton was amazing. Val Kilmer, Al West, and I'm really looking forward to see how good Robert Pattinson will do. But Christian Bale is him as Batman. You know, he's probably one of my favorite Batman there is. Like, he of course played the role from 2005 to 2012, and ended with The Dark Knight Rises. I mean, Christopher Nolan really nailed it when casting him as Batman, and yeah, Bale really killed it. I mean, I'm still a little surprised we never really got to see him as Batman, for a fourth time, but hey, at least we had three awesome Batman movies, and Bale really, like, years later, he will go down as an awesome Batman. So, yeah, really great performance there. And the action they used for him was pretty cool, too. I mean, great action. Like, Bale could do action really well. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me do the quick rundown. 10 Out of the Furnace. 9 The Big Short. 8 The Machinist. 7 American Hustle. 6 The Prestige. 5 Vice. 4 3 Yuma. 3 American Psycho. 2 The Fighter. And 1 The Dark Knight trilogy. Now, there's loads of other Bale movies I probably could have added. Let's see. There's Empire of the Sun, which was like it was of course one of his earliest films. Disney's Newsies, Equilibrium. He was remember he was in Terminator Salvation. Yeah, I tried to forget that. He was in Little Women, Shaft, Pocahontas, Exodus was horrible. The House Moving Castle. He was also in that recent Mowgli film, Rescue Dawn, Harsh Times. He was in Promise with Oscar Isaac. He's done some great stuff over the years. But let me leave it to you guys. What are some of your favorite Christian Bale movies? Drop a comment below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notifications. This here is C Movie signing off.